Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel where once again it is time to have a look at the Profit Retriever EA. We're going to have a look at the top 10 results when we are looking back the past 4 weeks, the normal reviews that we are doing, and this particular week it looks pretty okay. As you can see, $30,000 in the past 4 weeks trading our EA. So let's go straight in and have a look and see exactly how well we have done. We're going to start off with the top 5 Profit Retriever for week 43 here, and what we have at the top is the Aussie Japanese number 2, and that one made $808 or 8.1% for the top spot in here. Shortly after that we have the Aussie Japanese at 707, so different signal, but again also different settings, made 7.1%. And then we have the gold in here. So it's nice to see the gold coming back up again at 648 and 6.5%. And then we have the silver shortly after, $628 or 6.3%. The one that closes off the top 5 for this particular week is the FTSE 100 at $529, 5.3%. So if you would have traded those top 5 in the past week, you would have made $3,320 or 6.6%. Definitely very good trading. Now you can obviously find a lot more details and information on our website as usual. As you see on the screen here, we have week 40, 41, 42 and 43. So you can have a closer look at the top 5 EAs, how well they've done. And just below you also have individual videos similar to the ones that I'm just doing for you now for the individual weeks on how well they have done, what has happened since then, and you can see the individual signals in here. Now obviously there's a lot more on our website. You can also have a look at some of the postings that I've done, and at the moment we normally keep 4 months back, so that means that you can watch June, July, August and September in here, and also see which ones have been on top most of the times, which are the ones that are the most stable ones. And of course you can have a look at our Profit Retriever portfolio overview in here. That again shows about 25 EAs on the Profit Retriever. They have been running for more than 500 days. We're actually closer to 600 now, very, very soon. And there's also some recommendations that we mentioned down here, that if you want to trade some of these EAs, then this is the kind of money you need, depending on if this again is Forex, if it's metal, or if it's index. There is a bit of a difference in between them. And also individual FXBlue accounts, you can click on those and you can see exactly how we are trading, how the signals are doing over time here. So there's definitely nothing hidden in here. We are trying to be as transparent as we possibly can be. But this video is all about the top 10 accounts. So let's go and have a look and see which ones are on top for this particular week. As always, we start off on the Excel account that we have here. We have on the left hand side number 1 to 10. We have the individual trading, so the FTSE, which is the index. We have the metals, and we also have the Forex accounts. We have the individual links that you can also link to by the copy link service from Expert Forex. Then you have the last week's, where they were, if they are up or down, and also marked in green just to make things a bit more easy to see. And then the 4 weeks back is week 40 to 43 in here, with the total sums and the total percentage over here. The first one, which is in first position, the FTSE 100, link 101C. It was number 1 last time around and definitely still up there. You can see the reason why. It's been doing extremely well with week 40 at $756, 184, 665, $528. So it's been doing extremely well. Overall in the 4 weeks, $2,135 or 21.36%. So definitely deserves the number 1 spot. But the gold itself is very shortly after. The gold has been around for quite a long time also, even though it has a new link here, 141C. It was number 12 last week. It was in a drawdown, and as you can see, as soon as they come out in a drawdown, they seem to be doing quite well. So even though week 40 was 0, week 41, $772, 688, 648. So things are going in the right direction as gold is going up. Total sum $2,109 or 21.09%. So also here very close battle for the lead position. Then we see in number 3 position the Aussie Japanese number 2 link. It was number 5 last week, so it has moved up, and you can see the reason for that again here. So week 40, $650, 196. Slow week in 42, 187, and then back up at it again here. That is also the reason why it's the top of the top 5, $808 overall, $1,841 or 18.4% over the past 4 weeks. That gives the 3rd spot. Aussie Japanese, the original one, link 98C in here, was number 7 last week. Also that one is moving forward again with very similar numbers. As you can see, they're not far from each other, 646, 212, 129, and then 707 overall. Total profit 1,696 or 16.97%. And then we're going to have a closer look at the last one that occupies the 5th position, the US 30 index, number 2 signal, 107C, was number 2 last week. And once again, as I mentioned many times, especially with indexes, they do have a tendency to do quite well. As you can see here, $417, 908 in week 41. And then it runs in a bit of a drawdown at the moment. And that's why it only managed to make $1,325 or 13.26%. And that also basically stops the top 5 in here. If we have a look at the top 5 over that 4-week period, the top 5, if you would have just traded those 5 signals, you would have made $9,109 or 18.22%. That is definitely a very strong result if you would have gotten down that path. Now we also have silver. So silver is back in here, a really old signal, 17C. It was number 11 last week. It was in a small drawdown, as you can see, did nothing in week 40. But since then it has come back, $489, 173, 627, and then total sum $1,289 or 12.090%. So again, very strong signal. At number 7, we find the index Aussie 200, link 147C, was number 3, but also this one again has run into a couple of drawdowns for week 40. Did very well in week 41 with $481, week 42, 303, and then it went into a drawdown once again. Welcome to the indexes, as I mentioned many times here, $784 or 7.85%. So still up there with some of the best. Bitcoin has also been on the move. It was previously in a drawdown some weeks back. That is link 127C. It was number 14. As you can see, it has been a bit divided as we also have a look at the Bitcoin prices that are at new all-time high at 35,000. And that has an influence also of how this particular one has obviously been trading. So week 40, 270, then nothing in week 41, then strong week again in week 42 with $497. And currently now, because the price has jumped up a bit, it went in the wrong direction for the EA itself. It did 0 in 43. But if you look at the total sum over the 4 weeks, it still made $767 or 7.68%. So still a strong going, and I'm sure it will be back very shortly with even more cashing in. Number 9 is the British Pounds USD, number 2 signal here. So link 100C. It was number 17 last week. It has moved forward quite well. It has been stable without cashing in some tremendous amounts, $71, 198. Week 42 was the best one at 374, and then week 43, 106. Overall total sum, $750 or 7.51%, is definitely not too bad either. The one that finished off the line overall here is number 10, Great British Pounds USD, link 73C. Very good and popular signal. That was number 16 last week, and for week 40 it didn't do anything. But 41 came back, 149, then week 42, 250, 305 for week 43. Overall total sum, $705 or 7.06%. So definitely also approved for top 10 results. Now, if we have a look at the individual weeks, so week 40 here, it made $2,813 or 2.81%. Since then, things have been moving forward and definitely gotten more stable. For week 41, $3,593 or 3.59%. And then week 42, slightly lower, $3,269 or 3.27%. And then we have week 43, again up here, so which is the highest one we have in the past 4 weeks, $3,732 or 3.73%. So definitely pretty okay. Overall, the total sum, if we are looking at those 10 results, trading them 4 weeks back, you would have made $13,408 or 13.41%, and that is definitely a good improvement overall, and also something we can certainly live with. Now, if we have a quick look at what we have done in the past, so we have a look at week 39, it was $10,000, week 38 was 9, so remember those weeks were extremely low and very slow, and they were in a drawdown and wasn't coming out of them. Week 37 was also 9, and then week 36 another 9 again here. So you can see the results. Things have been moving forward. It was extremely slow here in August and most of September, and now October, November hopefully will be some of the really good trading months going forward. Now, don't forget, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. You and you alone are responsible for your own trading. We are simply showing our results and what you can basically try and base your intuitions on what you actually want to trade. You can trade our signals, obviously, or you can go out and find some of your own signals. You can do your own strategies. But overall, you can see that this particular EA can be traded with both metal index and Forex, and at some very good rates overall. And that's what we had for you in this week's report on the Profit Retriever 4 weeks review. We hope you liked it. We hope it gave you a bit of inspiration as to how you can trade the Profit Retriever. It is a very, very popular EA. So I hope I'm going to see you on either next week's video or one of the other ones that we're making at the moment. So until then, bye-bye.